Hi, I'm Magpie. Welcome to A Guide's Guide, and today we're looking at bedrolls. There are many different types of bedrolls that you can make, from burrito bedrolls to open-air bedrolls. Make sure that you check with your leader what kind of camp it is, where you're going to be sleeping, and what kind of bedroll you require for this. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to do an open bedroll. This is really good for health and hygiene on camp, as you can air your bedding when appropriate on camp. To make this open-air bedroll, you're going to need a tarp, a self-inflating air mattress or foam mat, a sleeping bag, a jelly bag or inner sheet. Optional items include a camp blanket, an inflatable pillow, a pillowcase, and to secure it at the end, 3 to 4 meters of good quality rope. The first step to making this bedroll is that you need to get your tarp. And you need to lay your tarp out on the ground, nice and even, making sure that you have plenty of room around you when you do. If you've got a friend to help you make your bedroll, it's also really good to help each other out. Next thing I'm going to grab is my self-inflating air mattress. I'm going to unroll it, making sure that the valve is closed, and I'm going to lay it in the middle of my tarp. Next thing I'm going to grab is my sleeping bag. Now, my jelly bag is already inside my sleeping bag. If you've never heard of a jelly bag is a knitted or crocheted bag that adds extra layer of warmth to your sleeping bag. Really good for if you're camping in cold climates. And I'm just going to lay my sleeping bag on top of my self-inflating air mattress, making sure it's nice and in the middle and nice and even. It's really important you get a good quality sleeping bag because when you're camping in a tent, sometimes it can get very cold and no one wants a cold girl guide on a camp. The next step is optional, but I'm going to add my camp blanket onto my bedroll. This is a good way to carry your camp blanket to camp. I'm going to lay it right on top of my sleeping bag right here. We'll cover camp blankets in another video. The next thing I'm going to put in my bedroll is a pillowcase. You can also put in a self-inflating pillow too, but I'm going to put in a pillowcase. You can stuff this with clothes or your camp blanket to give you a pillow to sleep in at night. I'm just going to lay this right on top here. So when I unroll it, it's all ready to go. Next, we're going to fold our bedroll. So first step we're going to do, we're going to go to the end of the bedroll, we're going to kneel down, and we're going to fold up the end, making sure it's nice and flat and even. Next, we're going to go to the other end and do the same thing. Fold it up, making sure we're covering our bedding as we do so. Next, we're going to fold the sides in, making sure that all of our bedding is covered. This is going to ensure that our bedding is going to stay dry on the way to camp and at camp. See how you cannot see any of my bedding. Next thing we're going to do is to roll our bedroll. Make sure that the rope you are using is at the end that you're rolling to, which for me is that end. Now I'm going to move to the end, making sure that all my bedding is tucked in nice and secure. I'm going to use very strong fingers and hands to roll my bedding up, making sure that none of my bedroll unfolds as I do it. Nice and tight. If you've got a friend helping you with this, they can help get the air out and make sure that the tarp doesn't come undone as you roll. Next, we're going to tie the bedroll. So, first step, sit on the bedroll like a horse, and then we're going to tie it. There are many different ways to tie a bedroll. I prefer 2 clove hitches, but you can also do a packer's knot. Stay tuned for when we do knotting 101 in one of our next videos. Okay. Find the end of your rope, do a clove hitch. And you're going to put it around the end of your bedroll. Wiggling it down a little bit so there's a little bit of room at the top. Make sure that you do this without your bedroll becoming loose. Then I like to do this part with a reef knot, just to give that extra layer of security. After this step, you're going to get off your bedroll and do the same thing at the other end. I've left a little handle for me to carry my bedroll into camp with. If you have extra rope, you can either finger knit a handle or just loop it around, so then you can carry it into camp successfully. And with that, I'm ready for camp. I'm Magpie. Happy guiding!